What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode of the Pickups. Garage sale season is upon us. They've started to pop up, so I've hit a few. Let's check out some of these early pickups. So the first thing I got, my $5 reward at GameStop. I always look for PS4 games that are like one-player games, that aren't exclusively online games, so I can play them later. Picked up Star Wars Squadrons, again, essentially free because I get a $5 reward. You can play with the VR. I don't have a VR, but my son assures me that you do not need to have a VR headset to play this. But while I was there, throw that over here. While I was there, I did see Castle Shikigami 2 for the Nintendo Switch on their pre-order shelf. I had to get it. I talk about this game all the time. It's one of my favorite PS2 games. It's my favorite shooter on the PS2. And to have it on the Switch is going to be absolutely awesome. They've added sort of a like a Tekken Tag type mode where you can have two characters and you can kind of switch between them, which is not on the PS2 version, obviously, but I'm really looking forward to seeing all the extra features, the updated graphics, all that stuff, and playing as the Tekken Tag mode, because I think that gives you a lot of scoring opportunities, because you could have a character that, is not as powerful, but because they have a homing attack or a spread shot, they can just decimate waves of enemies. But when you get to the boss, you can switch over to like a heavy hitter type character that will destroy the boss in like super quick time, giving that score attack a lot more oomph to it, So they did something else to the game. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, Castle Shikigami 2, that should be out on the Switch, should be out first week of May. If you are into Red Art Games has a collector's edition on their website. I'm not affiliated with Red Art Games, but I always love their stuff. And it was, in hindsight, I probably should have got that because I think it was $60 or $70. So for $30 more, you get the Red Art Games, sort of limited print run, and you get all the extra stuff that comes with it. But yeah, it was sort of an impulse buy. And at $40, I thought it was really good at GameStop, But anyway, it's only the fourth game I've ever pre-ordered from GameStop. This will be a test question on, the CM Retro Gaming Trivia Contest. Metal Gear Solid 2, Marvel Spider-Man on PS4, The Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition, and Castle Shikigami 2 on the Switch. Those are the only four games I've ever pre-ordered from GameStop. Saw this at the thrift store. It was $1.99. Now, they usually price their games higher, but I think they priced it lower because it has the PEGI ESRB rating thing on it. But it is MUD. Is it FIM Motocross World Championships? Now this is an example. It was half off, so it was $1. This game's like a $15 game, whatever. But this is an example where in the PAL region, they got some better stuff. Like on PlayStation 4, they had Pinball Arcade Season 2, which we didn't get here. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft Temple of Osiris. I love that game. They get the physical release version in PAL. But yeah, this motocross game is a PAL game. But listen to what you get on here. The only official game featuring MSX1 and MX2 Championship includes Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations, 84 real riders including world champion Tony Corrali and Ken Rosen, 12 tracks from real venues with 6 arenas. And it kind of goes on. It's like there's so much jammed onto this disc that I might actually keep it. So for $1, grab that. It's not really a game that I would typically play, but I mean, you get so much stuff on there. What up? Trick battle mode with more than 30 tricks, extensive Mud World Tour mode with RPG elements, 12-player online game mode. That's probably not even up anymore. Real-time deforming terrains and advanced physics for the ultimate MX experience. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you're an MX guy, check that out. MUD, FIM Motocross World Championship. Anyway, was at Maxine's Bargain Box. Saw this on the shelf. I went in there to grab some penny sleeves and some top loaders for some trading card stuff I've been doing. But this was on the shelf for $18. Rough Trigger It is a Natsume game. It was 18 bucks, but when you pay in cash, you get 10% off. So I basically got this game for $16.20, and it comps out online at about $40, $50. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with this. Sort of a cheap, chintzy platformer from that era. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it and put it in a box protector, or if somebody wants me to bring it to the trade show, I can definitely do that. All right, so garage sale season is upon us. I hit the YMCA rummage sale. It was wild, man. I got there like 15 minutes early on a Friday. I figured, yeah, some moms will be there, maybe some other people. There's a line of 30 or 40 people out the door before it even started. They open the door, they usher you in. They say basically grab like an IKEA bag or a box, fill it up, come up to the counter and make a donation. Clothes everywhere, no games, some DVDs, you know, VHS tapes, that kind of stuff. But I hit a home run because I found a bunch of these collector pins, you know, like Cincinnati Reds opening day 2017, just a box of those. I've been just selling the crap out of those on my eBay store. I also sent a package of that stuff that I got in that lot to Surfblue. I'll leave a link to Dave's channel down below. Make sure that you check that out. And some clothing items, right? So I picked up a bunch of clothing items, Nike, Adidas, all that stuff. So about a week later, I'm driving to the Goodwill, and I see there's a garage sale sign out, but they're just sort of lugging boxes out. They don't really have anything set up yet. So I hit up Goodwill, and on my way back, I stopped, and I got an Adidas New with Tags hoodie, and I got this for $5. And I basically got this whole box of Disney Infinity figures for $20. So I spent $25 at the sale. Hold on, I have a list for this. All right, back, I got it. So instead of showing you everything in this box, I just did a box breakdown real quick. So, you know, when I bought this, I thought, kind of eyeball it, maybe like 30 figures, and then, you know, the game and the pad are in there. So I paid $20 for this box, and there are 48 figures, 3 of these little disc guys, 6 crystals, and then I counted the game and the platform as one thing. As I swing it around, I almost hit myself in the face. All right, so that means my cost per item is 34 cents, which is a great cost per item. If we can sell that Adidas New with Tags hoodie for $20, which is what I have it listed on my eBay, that means we got all this stuff for $5, which is like 8 cents a piece, which is a great price to almost get anything. The problem is, who's gonna buy this in the future? You know? And let me explain. So, let me start here. I didn't know anything about Disney Infinity. My kids didn't play this game. So Disney Infinity 3.0 is in there. And I was excited to see this because I thought that any figure, Disney 1.0, Disney 2.0, Disney 3.0, would be playable on there. I thought that this was like a 12 to 15 level game. Takes place in the Disney universes, you know, maybe one level's a Star Wars level, one level's a Toy Story level, etc., etc. The game wasn't going to be too hard because it's made for kids, and maybe you're playing a Toy Story level and you need to reach a collectible on the ceiling fan, and you need Thor to fly there from 2.0. Not the case. On the disc is sort of a toy box mode where you can build your own little area, train tracks, race tracks, buildings, fountains, roads, whatever. But what you really have to do is you have to have the right game. So Disney 3.0, this is Disney 2.0. Here's Spider-Man and Venom, the characters that we're keeping. And you can't play this. This is essentially the game that you put on the play set or on the play mat, and it takes you to the game. Now, I played through the Star Wars Twilight of the Republic, and while I did have a good time with the game, you know, it's not difficult. It's just kind of beat 'em up, fun to play. You can use some of the force powers. It's really good. But you can't play that setup on Disney 3.0. So now I need to go find a Disney 2.0 disc for my Xbox 360 so I can play those figures, because I want to play that 5-hour, 6-hour story with Spider-Man and Venom. And I was a little bummed out. Again, like, who's gonna buy this in the future? This this is already shaping up to be a remorse purchase because none of these figures are valuable. The people that collect these figures already collected them, and they pretty much have them all the variants, package variants, you know, all the versions, whatever. So there's no real market for it. Some 35-year-old down the road that wants to introduce his kids to Disney Infinity is not going to go out and like, oh, I need a 360, I need a pad, I need a game, I need to buy all these figures and make sure that the figures are the right figures. This is a 2.0 figure, so Drax here won't work on 3.0. Who do we have here? We have Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is 2.0, so we can't even use Tinkerbell in our Disney Infinity game. So who's gonna want these? You know what I mean? I will say that the sculpts are very nice. There's Vader, and here's Ahsoka. A lot of the problems with these Star Wars ones is the lightsabers break, so I kind of fished these out and put them separate so they wouldn't get broken. But yeah, who's gonna buy these? Aside from the sculpts being really nice, is there some Star Wars fan down the road that's willing to give me $4.99 for this on eBay? And I'm gonna have to have it listed for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, who knows? So if you deal in the Disney Infinity stuff, what is the best way to sell it? Should I lot it up, put it on Facebook, ask $30 for it, make 10 bucks on it? These Alice in Wonderland ones are kind of valuable. They're about 10 bucks a piece or so they're not bad. But yeah, man, I just don't know. Like, I bought it and I got excited because here we are, first couple garage sales of the season. I find a big box of Disney Infinity figures with the game, with the base, all of it. I get very excited and I get home and I start looking these things up. And it's like, oh, Wreck-It Ralph, $1.99. Sully, $2.99. Lone Ranger, $2.99. Like, it's not even worth my time or effort to list this on my eBay store. Maybe in lots or something. Because we do have the Lone Ranger crystal piece, and then we've got Lone Ranger and Tonto's in there as well, but you know, looks like Ant-Man's got some value. But other than that, man, it's all $5 and under stuff, and it's like, I guess if you collect it or you want to, this is what I should probably do. I should probably get some Ziploc bags from the dollar store, put these in there, seal them up, put them in a tub, and then wait like 10 years to see if maybe I can get $6.99 out of it instead of $4.99. I don't know. If you deal in Disney Infinity figures, let me know in the comment section down below. What's the best way to sell them? I'm aware of the ones to look out for, like the FX where the lightsaber lights up, the Peter Pan one, obviously. But most of these figures in here are $5 figures, and I don't really want to take I'm getting lazy. I don't want to take the time and put them on my eBay store. But yeah, like I said, if you know anything about Disney Infinity figures, leave a comment down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right, so let's just wrap this up, man. I'm kind of like knee deep in Disney Infinity figures. I'm tired of looking at them. $3 at the flea market. Picked up the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Total impulse purchase. Woo! So hopefully I'll find like a Sting or a Lex Luger or, you know, one of the old school WCW guys, you know, and we'll just stay there. We'll lock them up, you know, do something like that. But man, I've been trying to play through this game. This is brutal right here. Fantasy Zone 2 Tears of Opa Opa on the Sega Master System. It's one of those shooters, man. It's hard for no reason. Like, you know, when they port games from the arcade to the console, they have no consideration of how console shooters should work. You know, like, can you give me an extra continue? Can you help me out here? But yeah, it's cutesy and all that stuff. It's not like it's a terrible game. It's just hard. And you gotta level up and then don't die. And then when you do die, if you didn't get enough money, you can't level up again. It's just dumb. So I'm getting close to the end. I got like the final stage and then the boss rush stage. So we're getting close. Saw this today at Maxine's Bargain Box. Had to have it because I'm trying to get all of the 8-bit Ninja Gaiden games, but it's Ninja Gaiden onto the Sega Game Gear. And as soon as I wrap up Fantasy Zone, I'm definitely gonna play this. I need one more 8-bit, I guess technically 2. But I need Ninja Gaiden on the Sega Master System, and then Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the Super Nintendo, but I can live without that one. So just, you know, the Master System Ninja Guide. He had $50 on this, okay? So I said, Dave, can you do a price check on that? I'm not sure that's the right price. And he starts looking it up and he's like, yeah, it's like, I'd sell that for like 25 bucks. That's about what it goes for. And I'm like, cool, I'll take it for 25 bucks. So I say, you know, let everybody know, that people, your friends, your family, people you work with, that you do the video game thing, because they may come across something. Just like I say, if you're into reselling, let those people know that you need boxes and bubble mailer or bubble wrap, and they will save all those Amazon boxes and stuff that they get. So a guy I work with, you know, he knows about video games, but he's not really a collector or hardcore gamer. He was at an auction. I was in a estate sale auction. I've never heard of this. He said there was stuff everywhere and they were kind of running 2 auctions. So, you know, something on this side of the room maybe auctioned off over there and vice versa. So these 2 guys were sort of bidding up a box Super Nintendo, and in a mired bag underneath a table, there was another lot of Super Nintendo stuff. And while they were doing that, this lot went up on this side and he got this whole thing for 25 bucks. Crazy, that never happened to me. So, he messaged me, texted me, he goes, hey, do you want this? I'm like, heck yeah, I want that. He's like, okay, you got dibs, you know, what do you want to pay for it? I said, well, I don't want to lowball you, what'd you pay for it? And he told me he paid 25 bucks. I said, I'll give you 100. And he was like, are you sure I could do 75? I'm like, no, I'll give you 100. There's good stuff in there, all needs to be cleaned. So I drove down there today, down to campus today, and picked this up. And on my way back, I hit garage sales, completely struck out, didn't find anything else. But it is a Super Nintendo. Are we officially calling this the Super Nintendo Model 2? They used to call it the Super Nintendo like Mini, and then the actual Super Nintendo Mini came out. And you can't really call this the Super Nintendo Top Loader like you can with the NES, because they're all top loaders, even though it's model number SNS 101. I think we're still going with Model 2 on this one, right? So Super Nintendo Model 2, which I don't have. I'm going to add that to the collection. Cords, 2 controllers, all that stuff. And then, you know, the games. So we got Mortal Kombat with a torn label. Now, all these games have writing on them, as I almost dropped the stack. That's good for resale value. But yeah, so they all have this writing on them. And I was going to, since this cart's in not great shape, you know, I'll clean it up. And then I'm going to go to the dollar store tomorrow and I'm going to get a dry erase marker. And I'm going to make a video about that dry erase marker technique and see if that actually works to get permanent marker off of cartridges. But anyway, beat up copy of Mortal Kombat. You know, that's pretty much unsellable for me. But if somebody needed it, I might throw it in a trade or something, you know what I mean? Just to get it out of here. F-Zero. Killer Instinct. Cool game right there, man. Yeah, really cool game. So, Killer Instinct. I'm not really interested in keeping these. I don't know why. I got Jungle Book complete in the box. Now, the box is a little beat up, but it does have, you know, the inserts and the inserts, the manual, the cardboard, and the game is actually in really nice condition. So I don't know if somebody really collects complete in box Super Nintendo games and they want the Jungle Book. The other one is Paperboy 2, which I have loose cart. Again, I don't know if I'm really interested in keeping the box, which that's always like one of those things. Like, you want to keep the boxes and stuff, but I don't know. I might sell my loose copy. I don't know. I'll probably sell my loose copy and put that one in the collection. Super Mario World, the greatest game ever made. Donkey Kong Country, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, top 5 for me. But like I said, I think I can sell this stuff, right? Like just these kind of common games with DK and Mario World, maybe the box games if I wanted to. I think I could throw those probably up on Marketplace and get $100 for that, and that gives me my money back. I get the console for free, and then there's 2 games left over. Now, these are the heavy hitter games that were in the lot. This is why I didn't mind paying him $100. And then I told him about, I'll get to it, hold on. So this is why I was, okay. I'm getting scatterbrained. I've been up all day, I'm sorry. Mystical Ninja, Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Other than the dirt and the ink, labels in really nice shape, good condition. And then the other game, the cream of the crop, yeah, is Demon's Crest. Again, nice cartridge, pretty good label, little ding right there. But other than the ink in the dirt, really nice condition. So I'll clean these, and if I can get that ink off, I'll get the ink off. But what I thought was I could sell those games for 100, keep the console for myself, and then bring these games to the trade show at the end of the summer if anybody is interested in them. Now, what's funny is I was telling him, I was like, Demon Crest in like mint condition is like 120, 130 bucks. He's like, well, I think I still have my copy laying around in a shoebox somewhere. So, you know, I don't know if he ever wants to sell his copy of Demon's Crest, I'll be more than happy to buy it. I'll pay up for it. It's not like some of these Super Nintendo games are losing value. Demon's Crest has always been one of those games where it's always been around that $100, $130 range. It didn't really spike that much during COVID. And then, you know, Mystical Ninja, it's like 40, 50 bucks for that game. So hopefully I'll bring these two to the trade show, have a console. Yeah, seemed like a win-win-win. And for 100 bucks, I felt like I was getting a good deal. He's 4 times in his money, and he understands that I got to resell stuff. So he's willing to give good deals, especially when you get it for 25 bucks. But anyway, what have you been picking up? Have you been hitting garage sales? Like I said, I hit like 12 or 15 on the way home. They were all shit. So that kind of bummed me out. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM retro gaming goodness. Guys, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one.